Robotaxi is driven by AI. Meanwhile, somewhere in India, driven by AI. Get out of here, dude. Okay, now the real question is, the question of the day, the one that we have to ask ourselves, you and I, right now, before anything else. Does Top Memes actually show us the top memes, the cream of the crops, the tops, the best of the best, sir? Well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they're pretty good, but I guess these days I just don't contribute enough to meme culture or join in like I used to. So what does this old man really have anymore? You guys know I'm the oldest narrator now, by at least 46 years on the channel. When I turn 30, Damien and Zach, they'll basically be like 9-year-olds to me. They're so tiny and short, both of them. It's actually kind of crazy. Man, when Damien comes to say hi soon and we're all hanging out together, if you guys ever spot us, don't touch Damien. He'll kill you. He'll do it. When you tell your lesbian friends you want to watch for your birthday and they got you a Rolex. Oh, wait, hang on. Hold on. Whoa. Brain got to turn on here for just a second. Trans people are banned from the World War III draft. Me and the homies. Okay. Sure. I mean, there's a lot of people banned from the draft, right? I'm not banned. Ineligible, right? Aren't people with autism ineligible? If you're depressed, you going. You know, there was actually a dude, I really wish I remembered his name, on Twitter, but he had a 3-part series on there telling you, if you're this, you're going. If you're this, you're not. American visiting Europe during a heat wave, realizing there is no air conditioning. See, that's why I pack a window unit in a suitcase when I fly over there, just in case. Over 90 private jets flew to Jeff Bezos' wedding, but don't forget to recycle and turn off the lights when you leave the room. And always use paper straws only. Man, can you imagine if they landed like that, though? Oh, man, it really did suck to see Sydney Sweeney, the famous actress from my hometown, who's like the same age as me. It really sucked to see her there. Not envious of going to one of the many demons on Earth's weddings, because that seemed like it was miserable. I just don't know why the fuck she went. Was it just because she was invited? How it looks, how it feels, absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad that this is out in the open now. When you are walking at about that height in water, you are a god, essentially. I don't know where this came from for me, because obviously this sort of feeling comes from a certain movie, TV show, whatever. I'm not sure where I got it from, but it's funny that we all manifest the same type of feeling from a trillion different things. Me trying to talk about Squid Game characters, but keep forgetting their names. Oh yeah, didn't Squid Game absolutely fall flat on its face and everyone hates it now? Didn't they completely destroy it in season 3 so far? Which option is better? $70,000 or $700,000 in pennies? 700,000 in pennies is $7,000. What does pink crayons taste like? Yeah, I'm sorry, Julie. I'm sorry. You just fell for the kilogram of steel or the kilogram of feathers. Steel is heavier. That's right. It's the steel. It's heavier than feathers. So it's the kilogram of steel. Yeah, no, you fell for it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My dad, looking at the sky with not even a hint of a cloud. Take the umbrella. It's going to rain. Me, an hour later. I didn't believe him. You should always trust the people that have been on Earth longer than you when it comes to the rain, especially if they've lived at that same place that you are residing with them for your whole life. They've been there longer than you. Just trust me, they probably know. Look, I don't give too many props to old people or mom and dad. Too many, you know. There aren't a lot of things I think you are better at just because you're old, but I do feel like sensing the weather in your area, climate change aside, is one of them, all right? So maybe if dad says you should bring an umbrella, he's probably correct at this juncture, and I think this guy learned it in the most annoying way possible. Well, maybe not this actual guy, I don't know who this is, but, you know, the person that made up this scenario to make a meme on the Reddit. Me as a kid wondering where the hell the R3 was on the controller. I tell you, when I finally learned what the hell that meant because the game actually labeled them for me, I thought, oh, no one ever says R3 and L3 though, I swear. I don't know anybody that does. They just say left stick, right stick, like the button, you know, like push in the left stick, push in the right stick, right? If I say R3, I know that like Zach will understand because he's a gamer boy himself, right? But I know that most other people aren't going to get it, even if they do have a lot of experience using controllers. It's just, I don't know, you know? 1,600 calories versus 1,600 calories. Great. Now do a price comparison, son of a... Yeah, I get it. Well, let me just... If I had to guess, okay? If I had to guess here, we've got... That's just an empty Starbucks cup laying there, but it's probably 5-6 pounds. That sandwich looks like it's from either, I don't know, it's not Tesco, not Sainsbury's, maybe it's Sainsbury's, I don't know. I lived on those when I was over there. So that's probably like £3.50 or something like that. That Coke's probably £1.50. That chip's probably £1. That's a decent chunk for the day. I don't know what that little thing is there. Let me just guess. £5. Yeah, the rest, like, that's a lot. That is a lot. You're not even going to be able to eat all of that. Just by sheer volume, you're not going to be able to get all that down. The left, it's both dense and hollow. I don't know how to describe. That doesn't make any sense what I just said. It's both dense and not dense. This is why you come to me. You come to me for brilliant, high-key, high IQ thoughts. Like I just said, high-key. That doesn't make any sense here. I'm really tired. Pirate software, when gamers actually want to play the games they paid for. I actually made a quick video on Stop Killing Games over on my channel, the channel Robin Nelson, or @itsboobin, which you can find the link for in the description below. And yeah, I didn't look too much into pirate software. The only thing I knew about him for the longest time was that his dad was the dude from the South Park World of Warcraft. You know, the big chubby dude balding on top. The stereotypical gamer nerd from that episode was based on his dad, apparently. I don't know. But man, I gotta tell you, once Ross uploaded that video about that negative coverage, I was pretty upset. That seems kind of dumb, because it was very much explicitly misleading. His words were very misleading. He was twisting shit around, and in some cases, he was just blatantly making crap up about it. I am very, very glad, by the way, Stop Killing Games has passed the signatures they need on both the UK petition and the EU petition. I'm actually going to request that we put those down in the description of this particular EmKay, and if not, I will personally leave a comment on the video for both of them, because we're not done yet. If you would like to stop corporations from being able to take away things that you paid for in full, this could be the first step to that actually beginning to happen. All right, now if you're in the EU, please go sign this. If you're outside of the EU, do not try and sign this. That is an international crime, to my knowledge. And if you're in the UK, you can still sign your own petition as well. So that's great. We need big buffers on both of these, just in case people are spoofing or, committing said crime. Please do so. It would very much benefit us all. Yes, even here in the United States, that stuff will definitely eventually trickle down to us. Remember Apple finally giving us the stupid USB-C port? Thank the European Union. So, a lot of big things can start there. We have ACs. This dumbass thinks he's the only one with cold air. Well, I have to say, I think the reason a lot of us do is because whenever we say something about our heat versus your heat, what ends up happening is you guys go, we don't have air conditioning. I know what you mean is we don't build all of our homes with air conditioning, but that's not what you say. A lot of the times anyway. How it feels trying to hold the conversation together after a haha or LMAO? Yeah, I hate when conversations die, but okay, that's not true. I don't mind if they die off after a few minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, but I really hate it when someone sends me a message, I respond back, and that is it, and then we never have a conversation. Just hurts my feelings. When you go to click next episode and realize you just finished the series, I don't think I've ever had that moment. Maybe with one anime a long time ago, but usually it's, oh I finished the current season. Oh no! AI is still terrible at making realistic humans. There's something about silly little dunks on people like him that I just don't like. This wouldn't even remotely bug anybody, let alone one of the richest men in human history, right? Right? Just haha, you're stupid and look weird. You really showed him. Why don't we actually try doing something, though? I don't know, maybe making people like him illegal. Once you hit $999,999,999, you did it. That's it. You can never have $1 billion. You won, keep that money, and fuck off. The rest is for all of us. You know what I mean? I always hate that. Yeah, we really got him. He's a stinky poo-poo head. I bet you feel stupid, Mr. Bezos. July 2nd is the middle day of 2025. Now we are closer to the year 2050 than to the year 2000. Hold on, guys. I need a calculator real quick. So 2000... okay, I'm gonna be 54, and I don't like that. I'm not supposed to be 50. I'm not even supposed to be turning 30. That's not supposed to happen. I made a deal, and I'm kind of pissed off that deal's not being worked on. I'm still gonna turn 30 in January, so I'm a little fucking mad about that. I'm not gonna lie. Gay people on July 1st. Yep, there you go. Get out. See ya. Bye-bye. That's right, folks. We get 1 month a year. I'm respecting that rule, okay? Now I'm back to straight. I got rid of the gay sign. Hackers waiting for October when and Windows 10 will no longer... They're not gonna do shit, man. Did someone who works at Microsoft make this meme? What kind of industry-ass corporate plant are you, dog? Are you a cop? What is this dumb crap? Man, look, that is always a risk, but don't believe the doom and shroom coming from Microsoft. We'll be okay for a little while. We'll be alright. It'll be okay. As a matter of fact, here's what I recommend. I recommend finding a Linux distro that works for you as best as possible. Hell, look at PewDiePie for inspiration, alright? How often do you hear me say that? Move to a Linux distro of your choice, but please avoid Windows 11. Oh, please. Running 3 kilometers will increase your life by 20 minutes, but it takes 30 minutes. That's a good point. It's a net negative. I will start smoking cigarettes instead. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I have AC. And I won't forget the HVAC guy that installed it for me. Yeah, how long do you think that AC is gonna keep you protected when the power grid goes down because everyone has to use it 24 hours a day forever? Bro, you don't need a map, just drive after me. The driving he expects me to follow. Dude, if anybody ever tells me to just follow them, I'll be like, no, you need to tell me where we're going because I'm going to lose you. Not even because they drive like psychos, but because that's just the name of the game, okay? I'm gonna catch a light, you're gonna be 30 miles away from me, and I'm not gonna hunt you down while driving around. Just tell me where we're going. Protagonist, after brutally killing 7,400 henchmen, just to stand in front of the villain and say, I can't kill him. If I kill him, I'll become just like him. Like, the message is clear. We get it, right? We do understand. Sure, it's the whole don't stoop to their level thing. Right, especially when it comes to killing. But yeah, that message does get lost a lot, and sometimes we just want to watch imperfect beings be imperfect. Take John Wick, for example. That dude didn't have any monologue. That dude walked up, shot the motherfucker, and he left. That was awesome. I had never seen anything like that up until that point. I know it existed, I know it had happened for sure. Originality does not exist in art anymore in a lot of ways. It's just lots of heavy inspiration, right? But I hadn't seen that personally until that movie came out, which is sad, right? I was not watching enough stuff. When she says the reason I'm still single is you're too nice, well, let's unpack that for just a minute. What could that mean? You're too nice. Are you the type of too nice that's always asking, are you okay? Are you mad at me? Are you upset? What's going on? You know, what did I do? Or are you the one that is just a little too sensitive, so it's too much, it's overwhelming? You know, there is such a thing as being too nice. Do you stand up for yourself? Are you a doormat? You know, I have been too nice all of my life, you know? People in 3025 wondering what life was like 1,000 years ago and then simply looking at old YouTube videos to find out. Ooh, I'm not kidding. If we ever lose YouTube, I think that's gonna be like I know it sounds stupid, but that's gonna be a much darker Library of Alexandria moment. If we ever lose exabytes and exabytes of data about every aspect of human existence, from teaching people how to cook, to filming a train driving by, to C-SPAN rebroadcasts, YouTube is probably the most important website that currently exists for many reasons. They're not perfect, that's for sure. But I really hope, okay, that it is secured for that long. I don't think it can make it 1,000 years. I know YouTube itself won't make it 1,000 years, but I hope that at some point, if it does have to go, crazy nerds out there can start downloading and archiving that crap. It's like if you can go and download Wikipedia and it's like a couple hundred gigs. That's awesome. That right there is really cool. Your average person's not gonna be able to download like 5 exabytes of video footage, but you know what I mean? And even then, that's probably small as hell in comparison when you think about how much is put on YouTube every day. Okay, yep, that's probably what would happen. I really hope you weren't actually... You're a real horse's ass. Me at the job I begged God for. Hey, look, jobs don't fix you. They help you stay alive. And quite frankly, the most obnoxious way, giving all of your time to something, but they're not gonna make you fix your depression or otherwise. But they can keep you out of the gutter, which will only make things worse. I mean, if it's a job that's not evil, right? Which here in the US, at least 60% of the jobs are evil. So, me waiting for that one friend who was always late. You know, back when I did Gmod videos with the old meme team crew, Jordan was this person. Not the waiter, the one that we were waiting on. You see, Jordan had his own thing called Jordan Time, if you remember. If you were an OG and watched Zycron and Ms. Breezy and Zach X Fuller and all that, you know, those were the days. Rainbow Road after Pride Month is over and it returns to Monochrome Road. Man, can you actually imagine if they did that even as like a joke that lasted an hour on that game, dude? That I would laugh. Math, science. Wait, you're related? They're the same damn thing pretty much. Everything is built upon math. I mean, not everything, but everything science related is built upon math. You know, if you're gonna do anything in the science field, you better be a math whiz. You know, do your math push-ups. Happy 50th, Toby. He's just a middle-aged man, no older than my dad. Man, it has been a long time since that movie came out. What, 65 years now? Disney/Marvel, whenever they make female main characters, it's time to be a bitch. Huh? What dork made this? Filmmakers precisely putting sex scenes at the exact time my parents walk in. You know, I remember there was some discourse going around when it came to sex scenes in movies and how everyone thought that they themselves were, okay, I can't say everyone. A lot of people thought they were anti-art and never served a purpose in a story, and that they were just there to glorify lust and porn and all of this shit. If you think like that, you gotta break out of your little box, because it's gotta be sad in there. When she says, now let's find your G-spot, and starts putting on gloves, find it? Ain't that hard to find. It's just right on in there, man. What being an adult means, you can eat all the ice cream you want. You have to pay for the ice cream yourself, and you'll gain weight. Maybe poop yourself if you eat too much. When I was 16, my parents commissioned my granddad to paint a portrait of me to raise my self-esteem. It did not. If she was a spice, she would be flour. I already told my husband, on January 20th, 2025, he will sleep with the next president of the United States, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris's husband. Okay. So proud of my wife winning at the dog show. She's the one in blue. Animals' natural defense against harmful bacteria. Humans' natural defense against harmful bacteria. I wish I knew the reason. I know it's actually a very simple explanation at this point. I don't know. I can't remember it off the top of my head, though. Japanese people trying not to feel personally attacked or offended when I dare eat the food I paid for, however I like to do so. What are you talking about? Did you go to another country and demand utensils that are not common to them for your own convenience? You don't get to go to other countries and go, wow, this is stupid. Can you give me a tool that's common where I'm from, please? A lot of them will probably acquiesce anyway because they see, you know, what's obviously a tourist coming inside. But if that's what you're getting at, if you're bitching about, no, we don't have forks here. This is not a, we don't have them, all right? The only other explanation I can think of here is that you probably picked up sushi with your hand and like just squished it, shoved it down your throat like some kind of monster. Companies on July 1st, I love that this exact image gets posted every single year, and it's exactly as it should be. Because remember, the companies don't give a about LGBTQ+ rights in any way, shape, or form, or you. They just want you to give them more money from their pandering. My roommate's dog likes to sit on my lap while I'm working on my Zoom, and my boss was like, oh my gosh, please introduce that cute baby. So I unmuted myself and was like, this is Evie, but it turns out my boss was talking to one of my coworkers who had a literal human infant. I mean, I guess that's not a big deal, because everyone's also gonna go, oh, Evie's so cute, unless they're crazy. Evolution of the Coke bottle since 1899. First bottle needs to come back. I do think it would be kind of interesting if Coke decided to actually do that. That would be fun. Limited time, dork-ass original Coke bottle that looks like it stores cough medicine full of Coke. When my dog, unbeknownst to me, consumes porridge belonging to 3 bears living in the forest who are now looking for their owner responsible for, oh shit. All right, Facebook, I see you. Rap in the 90s versus rap now. Okay, BBC, let's censor a concert, Streisand effect. Allow me to introduce myself. Foreign students, when the US government says they have to go, they don't owe their entire life savings to student loans anymore. I mean, what would stop them from just not paying it anyway? I'm sure that, like, the repercussion would be, I don't know, you don't get to come to the US anymore, but I do feel like a lot of people come here, they go, yuck, okay, fine. I'll have access to the rest of the planet. That's okay. People 10 years ago, imagine a future where AI does everything for you. Life would be so much simpler. Motherfuckers today, when they see something made by AI, that's not what a single one of us was talking about. Not a single person 10 years ago was imagining AI being used to steal art en masse from every goddamn creative on the planet, steal their likenesses, steal their voices, and take away the arts from us. That's not what anybody ever mentioned. This isn't some two-faced bullshit. If you had gone back to 2015, 2014, 2013, and talked about AI to somebody, and you told them it was for making stupid images of, like, Lightning McQueen attending Tow Mater's funeral in the parking lot of a Chili's on Sunday night, they would probably freak the out and go, whoa, so it's completely goddamn useless then. That's amazing. We were talking about, like, automating dangerous jobs in factories and shit. so that people could be in. Never mind. Holy crap.